Hey y'all. So recently online, I've been seeing a lot of talk about cringe or cringe culture, and I wanted to give my take on this since I think it's a topic that more and more we're going to need to start talking about and addressing since we are starting to use that term so liberally when it comes to just the minor, the smallest things. Like recently, I had a friend say that a hobby I was doing, which is just gaming, was cringe. How is that cringe is something that's different from the norm. I think there's like over 2 billion people in the world who play games. Like it's, and I'm not going on about, oh, gamer rage rant or whatever. It's the overabundance of this word and its meaning has been flatlined to stretch across so many things that if you do anything interesting or outside the norm, you're cringe. Like it's so frustrating to sit there and watch people try and do new hobbies or start trying to learn a new skill and be called cringe because they're bad at it. Yeah, they're bad at it. They're going to be. You're just starting. You're not going to be amazing at it the moment you start something. I I can't fathom why people think it's so easy to put other people down for trying to do something different. There was a first time for everything. You're not going to be good at something immediately right off the back, especially if that something's worth doing. Stuff that's worth doing is hard. It's not a quick, oh, I'm going to hop in and suddenly I know how to play the piano. It takes time. And yeah, you're not going to be very good. It's going to sound bad, but that doesn't make it cringy to want to try new things or talk to new people. I mean, think about like when you were back in elementary school, right? And you didn't know anybody, you wanted to make friends, and so you walk up to somebody new and just start talking to them. That's how you made friends, or you formed bonds over trying to get homework done, that sort of thing. Nowadays, people just they call that cringe and they say it's weird to go up to people and start having conversations with them. But how else are you supposed to meet new people or start learning new stuff about other people? I don't understand it, and it's making us boring. I saw a really good video by, I think it was Kara Nicole, who went over how this flatlining and graying out of society makes us just incredibly boring and uninteresting because we're not doing anything anymore. If you want to do something, do it. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. And I know that's easier said than done, but that's what I'm doing right now. This is incredibly difficult for me to, I don't even know if difficult's the right word, but uncomfortable for me to film. I'm not used to talking in front of cameras. I'm not used to having my voice out there yet, but if you don't try, if you don't start doing something, you're never going to get good at it. Do people think of big YouTubers or big, celebrities as being cringy? Maybe a little, but for the most part, not really. It's because they're recognized, they're accepted as, no, this is just what they do. But that's so unfair to so many people when, no, they've just been doing it for a while and it's okay for them to do it. It's okay for people to do things they're not good at or things that they've not done before and just try and figure it out, get better at it, improve. For instance, this is something I see like a lot of, and honestly something that I've thought before and I need to work on, is when people are trying to learn like to dance, right, or to sing. Those are things where when you're not very good at it, yeah, it's inherently pretty cringy, but that doesn't mean like don't put them down for it. Lift them up, try and get them to improve. Tell them, hey, you're doing a great job, keep going. That's how you're going to get people to get better at things and to be interesting. I hate the grayed out world that we're trying to build each other because we just refuse to allow things to be in color. Like, it's not going to be perfect. That would be boring and uninteresting. It needs to have a little bit of, there needs to be some mistakes in it, or not even mistakes, just pieces that aren't aren't perfect in whatever way that you think they are. And that's another thing. Cringe and your feelings towards it are like, it's your opinion. if something's cringy and you put somebody down for it, or maybe even not to their face but behind their back because you think it's weird, that's your opinion. That's not what everybody thinks. And I just don't get it. Obviously some things deep down are actually just weird, but those things typically aren't what people call cringy. People call hanging out with your friends and being loud cringy. People call, you know, trying to make movies or do things that are outside of the norm as cringy. And it is so annoying to have to sit and listen to these people. Like a good example of this is I was working with somebody, and we had some vendors come in. There were some high school kids. They came in, set up their booth, and they're sitting up front. Well, they had been up front for a few hours, and I hadn't had a chance to go over and introduce myself. And you know, it's a small store, so it's not like I'm gonna sit there and ignore them the whole day. So I start walking over just to strike up a conversation, say hi, make sure that they're not feeling weird about, you know, being in a place by themselves. And I have a coworker who rushes over and is like, "No, that's weird. What are you doing?" Like, it's not weird. They're clearly uncomfortable sitting there just staring off. They haven't had that many people come in. Let me just go over and talk to them, make them feel a little bit better. So I walk over, start striking up a conversation. It's going well. Like, I'm just asking, "Hey, you guys know any good lunch spots?" Like, just, you know, normal banter, right? Coworker walks over and is so weirded out by it that she makes the whole interaction weird by saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, he's just being so weird." I wasn't. I was having a conversation. Just because you can't do that doesn't mean it's weird. And after that, yeah, the interactions were weird because now they're sitting there going, "Well, how is he being weird?" Like, by trying to force everything to be the same level, the same flavor, and to just not be uninteresting is, God, it's so annoying. I wish we didn't do that, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, maybe not putting people down as much, but I've definitely sat and thought, "Well, that's really cringy. You'll never see me doing that." But why? Let people do the things they want to do. If it's not hurting you, if it's not hurting anybody, who cares? Let them do what they want to do. See if they get better at it, right? I mean, I'm sure a year from now, I will look back and cringe at these videos, but why should I? I'm learning, I'm getting better. This is weird. It's weird for me, but it just takes time. And you can apply that to everything, whether that be, you know, exercise. Exercise is a big one, honestly. I have, with what I do for like work, I have a ton of people who come in who they think, you know, lifting heavy weights and running, like, it makes them weird. And it's like, no, it just makes you interesting. If it made you weird, there would be actual repercussions for that. It just makes you interesting. So I don't know. I feel it's definitely frustrating to sit there and try and throw the shackles off of what everyone tells you you need to do or what you should be doing. Be weird, do fun and interesting things. You don't always have to be the same as everybody else, because if that was the case, we would live in a really boring world. So yeah, that was pretty much all I want to talk about. I did want to mention, thank you guys for the support on the recent videos. It has been really overwhelming to see like an actual audience gather around. I not only wasn't expecting that, but it's just more than I could have hoped for. So thank you guys. See ya.